like that's part of mine. We building castles that's made out of. She's amazing, on fire blazing, hotter than Cajun. Girl, won't you move a little closer? Time to get this maximum wage that belong on a poster. I'm in the days that is waving at me like, damn it, I know you. You run the show like a hoster. Tell me whatever and I'll be your gopher. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down now.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down. From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down. Yeah, I'm spending my money. I'm out of control. Somebody help me. She taking my bank full, but I'm king of the club, and I'm wearing a crown, popping these bottles, watching they
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Strap in, the first of three on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. Oh, look at that. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Chloe, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling you that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange. From the outlaw that'll never get.
Here we go, set. Back to 60. Back to 18. Back to 60.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll run on first down and right. And they'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. All right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage. And frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score
And now the kick is away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get him next.
The way in, touchdown, New York. A big play there, 68 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. At 7 now as they kick it away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. To put a drive together. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Richardson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The gain of 3 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Give him 6 yards and they do convert on 3rd.
A quick burst there and a nice little bit off. A pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Richardson off the play fake. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now a first carry here for the running back. They'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to give it to a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. His second catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over he'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Good play and a well-timed run from Richardson to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have. The things will be lacking, my brother, so what are we lacking?
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A give for Taylor running right side. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
At the 35-yard line.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Richardson to throw off play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
The third down pass.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
The Colts take over first and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play.
At the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he dropped to about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce. An 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Now, on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Mike, like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Richardson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Richardson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Only 29 yards on the punt there, definitely not his best. And that will come the offense as they take over.
36-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. They work now on 2nd and 9. Richardson looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hernandez. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
42-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Off play action. Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Richardson out of the shotgun. He's going to air one out. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He can't get him down. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Jets.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly the 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Yeah, this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
But they really need to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game is starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Richardson. Got his man. It's Warren. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of the best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
In succession, not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He's got it. Touchdown. From 40 yards out. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned it slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down in the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Jets.
And they'll go right back to right. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Wright. 48 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll... bring this out to the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Mullins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
On first down, Messina. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
25-yard line.
Back to throw. Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Looking to throw. Richardson. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points response there, that opening touchdown in this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, with the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores. and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Give up the middle to right. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
11 more yards. That's another Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
First down, Jets.
They'll give this to Wright, running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. They'll set up a throw. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his third pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a third down.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Richardson. The kicker here is complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. They're looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Wide open receiver complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Back to throw. Richardson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard. Now we give to Taylor. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 56 27 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Running left, Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That burst good for 20 and a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll run on first down. Mullins. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the Jets' 9-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on second and 8. They go play action with Richardson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Quentin Williams drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone. So that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's second down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get out near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
7-yard gain. And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Back to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. And he is going to get in, but there is a flag down. And this is in the area of holding. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
30, Jets, 20.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be packed up to start this drive. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now we'll get whistles, and they signal for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them 1 step closer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
Fall back, get